Oddtrotter here, trying my way through Illinois, and today we are in Casey, Illinois, and I'm swinging in a gigantic bird cage. I've been waiting for bird seed, but nobody's been doing it yet. Now we're in Casey because this town has the largest number of world's largest things. There's I think there's 9 world records as of our visit, and about 15 other gigantic objects here. There's the bird cage that you saw in the intro. There is I believe this was just named the world's largest barber pole by Guinness just a few weeks previously. You can see a pencil. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. That is the actual world's largest rocking chair in the distance. World's largest wind chimes is their first record. I'm currently standing in the world's largest post box. 5,743 cubic feet in space. And it is an actual working post box, as you can see. You drop the mail in here, and the flag outside, the mail activates this mechanism, and the flag actually goes up outside. Lovely view. Let's take a look at it again. This is big things in a small town, is what Casey likes to describe themselves for. It is a small town, about 2,500 people. There's a lot of incredible stuff, and we'll get to see all of it. Or at least most of it. The Casey Candy Depot. It's a lovely little candy and souvenir shop. And as you can see from this here, these are indeed the world's largest clogs. They're 4'9" tall. 4'9" tall. They're 11 feet, 5.5 inches long, 5'3" wide, and each of these sturdy shoes, as you can see here, sturdy, each of them weighs 2,500 pounds. And on top of that, when these were made, they took a picture. You guys took a picture for the book, and each of these shoes in here, each of these shoes fits 15 people. The old woman who lives in the shoe will definitely know what to do if she has these clogs to choose from. This is one of their more recent records. It's the world's largest golf club, and as you can see, it's a driver. I don't have the size stats on hand for this one. One I do have stats for is over here, across the street. It's a normal size pencil, unsharpened. And here's a giant pencil that's broken. This pencil is 32.5 feet long, weighs over 500 pounds. It's actually the 3rd largest pencil in the world. Number 2 is in Malaysia. Number 1 is about 90 miles away at the City Museum in St. Louis, at about 80 feet. Over here is, as I said, the world's largest barber pole, just confirmed a few weeks before this visit by the Guinness World Records people. Over here, there's a gigantic mouse trap. They also made this the world's largest swizzle spoon. At least, I'd say about 10 feet. I thought they actually had to stir anything with this, but there are some records where they would have to. As I've said, there are other big things in town, such as these antlers that you see here. Something else you'll notice if you ever visit Casey is that every single large item has a Bible verse attached to it. This is because Jim Bolin, who created the Big Things in a Small Town workshop, is a man of faith, and he wanted to use these to glorify God. It's something even the non-religious like myself can appreciate. This was their first record, the workshop that does things, the Big Things in a Small Town workshop, did this first. This is the world's largest wind chime. It is 56 feet tall. Single tallest chime on this is 42 feet. And you can actually go up to them and ring them up and ring the chimes. Let's do that, shall we? Ring these like this. 1, 2. Well, it's actually sometime around 1 o'clock. You get the end. Behind me now is the most popular attraction here in Casey. It's the world's largest rocking chair. It's 56 feet high. It has the Dove of Peace on it. And it weighs over 23 tons. Now, when this record was made, Dennis said that they had to prove that this chair could actually rock, so it took 10 full, burly, grown-sized men to rock this chair up and down before they could certify it as a record. It actually beat another famous rocking chair record on Route 66 in Cuba, Missouri when this was made. In fact, it was that is how I learned about Casey. We are now climbing the world's largest tetter-totter. Another one of their new records. Like the rocking chair, this needed to be proven to work when they made it, and they did show it working when these people came in. But now it's suspended so anyone can walk up without having to worry about going down. We later learned that it actually does go up and down on the weekends when there are volunteers available to unsuspend it from its chain. All told, there are, as I wrote earlier, 11 records here, 11 current records anyway, and we sadly did miss one of them, the world's largest Chevy truck key, which actually required special permission from GM to make because it was an actual key for an actual Chevy, just writ large. We will return to Casey in a few years though, and this time we'll get it. Here are what were the largest knitting needle and crochet hook. I say were because in 2017 the record moved over to England by a new group of students. The needles are 13 feet long, 3 1/4 inch diameter, so I suppose that'd be a kind of size 700. This crochet hook is 6 foot 1 inches long, 3 inches in diameter, and you can see there's yarn on it. That's because, like a lot of these other Guinness records, these actually had to be a working knitting needle and crochet hook, so they had to knit a 10 by 10 square for this to go. And as I said, the record's now in England, but people still come for these. Big golf tee. This golf tee is maybe 1.5 inches. That golf tee is 30.5 feet tall and weighs 6,659 pounds. It was actually the first record in Casey to be made outside of downtown after the president of the country club decided that a large golf tee would bring people into the area and play some golf. Something you might not know about setting a new world record is that when you have an object and you want to set a world record but it doesn't yet exist, if you have an object that there is no record for, Guinness requires you to have it at least 10 times the size of the normal thing. So when Casey learned there was no world's largest pitchfork, they followed that to the letter. Normal pitchfork is 60 feet. Normal pitchfork is 6 feet, this is 60 feet exactly. And they're resourceful with making this. The wood up there for the handles is repurposed red cedar, while the metal for the fork itself comes from recycled street light arms. This is right out of front of the Richard's Farm restaurant just outside of town. As you can see, there's little things here to keep the sharp edge of the pitchfork from hurting anyone who might try to touch or sit on it, and plenty of people do. There's a few more things we didn't get to see, but we will be back in a few years to see what new records and new gigantic things are being made here. Thanks for watching. If you've been here and would like to tell us about it, you can like this and tell us what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and go to the oddtrotter.weebly.com. That's our website, where you can find blogs, pictures, reviews of the places where we eat and stay. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll always know when there's a video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I've got to be trotting along.